Post-match reaction here at the University of Bolton Stadium. I'm here with Colne FC manager Steven Cunningham after tonight's 3-1 defeat to Southport in the final of the LFA Challenge Trophy. Steve, your overall thoughts on the match itself?
Well, first half, obviously we let ourselves down badly. 3 bad goals, everyone saw that. It's unlike us as well. I thought we were very poor in possession. We froze, I know we made a lot of changes, but the lads I put in the team were still, very good quality football players and players that we trusted throughout the season, and ones that I'm expecting to fight for sure, especially with the playoffs coming up. But it wasn't meant to be. They were poor. A few choice words at half time. And all we asked then at that point was, look, it's embarrassing this, and you need to react. And I thought they did that in the second half. I thought Matty Mason was tremendous in the second half. Brad Lynch came alive, fantastic goal. Side angle, his legs were going a little bit, but he still tried to manage the team to get us forward. Remy coming on the right-hand side, did really well, give us an injection of pace. And I thought we did really well second half. I'm proud of him. We've matched Southport. They took the foot off the gas a little bit. I've said it before. Maybe not. I think we really gave them a game in the second half and give our fans something to cheer about. And I'm just pleased we got the goal to give all the youngsters something to cheer about, because the fans were fantastic. And we've won the second half 1-0, and all we asked for was a reaction and win the half or get some out to lead us into Wednesday, and we did that in abundance.
Yeah, speaking of the supporters, a great following from the Colne supporters, as it was Saturday, which was a raucous atmosphere at Preston. Got cables, which was cued by some excellent celebrations after the final whistle. Just how proud of you of the fans and how they're getting behind the boys.
Oh, I'm the proudest man in East Lancashire, because I've got the honour to manage the best football club in that area. I work hard at this, but I can't do it without the backing of the club. But the real backbone of our club is the fans, and they're a growing fan base at the moment. But win, lose or draw, they're always behind us. There's no negativity. I've never had one bad word from the fans at a match about performance or players. There's been 2 occasions where we've been getting beat 6-0 and they're singing our names, and not many clubs can boast that. And then when you see the relationship we had on Saturday with the fans and the interaction after we got a result against Skelmersdale to get us in the playoffs, we're asking them to travel here, there and everywhere. They've come out tonight in the numbers at a cost. We're asking them to travel on Wednesday to Leek, and we've got a club due on Sunday at a cost as well. And to see that many youngsters and fans, and they never stop singing. We might have lost the game on the pitch, but I certainly think that they won the atmosphere in terms of the fans. And from myself and the players and Kyle, it was absolutely fantastic, and I can only thank them.
Yeah, the second half display this evening was fantastic. We really did match Southport over the pitch, and the introduction of Brad Knox made a big difference as well, didn't it?
Yeah, Brad's been our main man in midfield at the moment after a poor period, and he don't mind me saying he was poor. He missed a game against Colne Bay. He's a young lad, he's going to make mistakes, and we had a good word. And the only way that he could have got the respect back from me as his manager and his players in the dressing room was the performances he's put in. And he's one of the first names on the team sheet at this moment in time. The last 3 games he's been immense. And I said to him, him and Alex Curran, it'd be really easy for me to throw them in the team now we're here and start them. But we had a plan. We had 2 teams, one for tonight, one for Wednesday. Brad was always going to be rested. Unfortunately, we took Knox to Coleman, and then Mamadou was feeling it a little bit, and it was a change that I didn't really want to make, but we made it, and he did. He changed the game a little bit, but that shows why I was resting him ready for Wednesday. He did really well.
And with Wednesday's playoff semi-final with Leek Town just around the corner now, just how much are you and the boys looking forward to it and sort of taking the positives out of tonight's performance?
Oh, massively looking forward to it, Tom. We've worked hard. I've said it to you many times. 38 weeks, obviously, it's a long time for a manager, because it's not just 38 weeks. It's days, it's hours, it's a lifetime. And your family suffers, and my players suffer because I'm demanding, and they're sick of hearing my voice. I'm sick of hearing it myself at the moment. But it's all worth something when you get to the playoffs, and at a club like our size and where we've come from, 2 years out of the last 3 we've made the playoffs, and we matched the points total last year. So to be challenging for playoffs 3 years running is fantastic for the football club. We've got to take that next step now. It's there for us. We don't fear Leek. We've had 2 really positive performances and results against them in the league. I think they probably fear us a little bit more, but it's a one-off game, and we've got to make sure we don't do what we did in the first half where we froze. I'm expecting the players that I've rested to go in and do the job, and I trust them completely. This is a little bit different tonight. Going into Wednesday is what we're about. It's our level. The pitch suits us at Leek, and if the players want to progress and play on pitches like out there, because there's a lot of them in the league above, they've got an opportunity. And we're really looking forward to going to Leek on Wednesday and giving it a real good go.
And you've got a lot of big-time players, as I'd say, in that dressing room, because the amount of players that have rose to the occasion when it's mattered, especially the last 2 games when there's been a lot of pressure on us to make the playoffs despite being in a comfortable position, they really have responded to that well.
Yeah, the performances, to be fair, even against the teams that you're thinking, yeah, on paper, we win them games. They've been tough games. Skelmersdale on Saturday was tough. Conditions was a bit of a leveler, but fair play to Skem. They gave it a real good go, and even though that they've been relegated, they had a duty to their fans as well, and they represented their club really well on Saturday, and it was tough. But we've had a few tough games, and even though that they're young, our team, and they're inexperienced, because even the experienced ones are still young, there's only Richie Baker, Hakam, really, that have got any real experience within the team. They've come through it. Like I said earlier, I'm tough to play for. I've got high standards, and I demand a lot, even from players that probably can't do what I'm asking, but they try, and that's all I can ask them. Hopefully the experienced players that we've rested, obviously Billy I should have put in that bracket. He's been there and done it, but he's absolutely stupid, so I don't really look at him for that. But yeah, we're going into Wednesday, we're going to be fresh, we're excited, we've got a game plan, and we'll just have to leave everything on the field, and if we perform to our best, I think we can get a result.
It's only what the players deserve, really, as well, after a hard-working season or two, especially Alex Curran. Obviously, 21 goals this season, 20-plus goals in the previous season. He really does know how to find the net when it matters. And this season as well, I've noticed that he's scoring more against the big teams as well this season.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Alex tonight because he was itching to get on. And I know his family, I think he sold something like 20 tickets. And I can only apologise to all his family who've probably come tonight expecting to see him play. But that's a big compliment. It's the same with Brad Knox, Richie Baker. It's a compliment that I've left them out. But a player of Alex who wants to play on the biggest stage, he deserves it after the season he's had. But like I said, I want Alex to be lifting a playoff trophy on Saturday, should we get there. And I need him to be fresh and be able to perform on Wednesday rather than a showcase game on a Monday. So yeah, he's had a fantastic season. I think it's great that he's done it 2 years running as a youngster, because you see a lot of these players come through, you have a great 12 months, then you don't really see anything of them. They've been found out a little bit, but Alex Curran's, even though people are aware of him now and they know his game, his inconsistency is only because he's still a young kid, but he's delivered again, and the players love him. The football club, are very lucky to have a player of his calibre. Same as Brad Lynch, that's another very talented youngster. And we're blessed in that area, so yeah, good season for Alex, and hopefully it'll continue.
So finally, is there any news, late fitness tests or news ahead of Wednesday's match with Leek? Have you any worries through injuries or?
Yeah, the only one is probably Alex Coleman after tonight. He's took a heavy knock, and we'll have to see how he is. He's going to see the physio tomorrow, and we'll have to address that. But we've got a game plan. We've got a couple of plans if that's the case. People who can fill in for him, and we've got some good bodies there. So be a shame if he doesn't make it, because he deserves to be that, because he's been absolutely fantastic. He's an 8 out of 10 every single week. He's a leader. He is my figurehead, but we'll have to see how he does. But other than that, we've come through pretty well. Lee Pugh's played 90 minutes tonight, and he will be playing on Wednesday. But he's a fit lad. He knew that he had to look after himself a little bit tonight. Obviously, Wakas has played 45, Mamadou played 45 virtually. And then the 6-7 lads we've left out. So at the moment, we're looking fresh. There'll be no excuses if we don't get the result on Wednesday.